Welcome to Ethan Hahn Plus, the podcast where dreams take center stage. On this show, we're all about spotlighting the incredible talents and passions of everyday people. Whether you're an aspiring artist, a person of faith, or simply someone with a story to tell, this podcast is your platform. So sit back, relax, and get ready to meet some extraordinary individuals. Because here at Ethan Hahn Plus, everyone has a chance to shine. Whoa, hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ethan Hahn Plus, episode 92.
92.
Guys, we are in the top 10, the last 10 of the podcast. Oh no, Ethan, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going to do it because this was a stepping stone to something coming bigger next year. We can't say what it is yet because we low-key don't know what it is yet. But I know there's a plan. Early stages of a plan. And me and JC are working on it, and she's going to be a big part of the next chapter of this channel, of this podcast, and whatever the next show is. But yeah, don't be disappointed. I hear those tears. I can feel those tears landing while you're on your morning commute listening to this, while you're cutting the grass listening to this, while you're taking that dump listening to this. I really hope at some point, whenever I mention that in the intro, if someone's pooping while they're listening to this, I hope that happens at some point naturally. Like, oh wow, like he's right. It's like Ethan's a genie. Guys, the last 10 episodes I'm making special. All right, this isn't just some other episode. These aren't going to be just some other episodes or some rinky-dink episodes. Not to say that any guests have been rinky-dink. You've all been fantastic, but these are the final 10, and we're bringing the Hall of Famers of the Ethan Hahn Plus podcast. Hall of Famers plus some new faces, all right? Some new faces are queued up for the last 8 here. But again, Hall of Famers, and the person we have in the studio today has been there from the beginning and in the middle, and now is here to wrap things up here in the last 10 episodes. Everyone, please give a warm, giant welcome to superstar Rex Chege. Wow. He's back, everybody. He's back. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, brother. It's good. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
It's the first time you've been in the actual new house studio because me and Rex were just kind of reminiscing beforehand. But I mean, last time we saw each other, I can't even recall. Maybe it was 2 years ago. We went out to dinner with Donovan. So 2 years ago. But last time you were on the show was in my old house. And that was even when people will see, we'll put footage up here. It wasn't even in my old garage. He was in my room. Because the issue with the garage was you felt the elements. So it was Rex and JC. Those 2 episodes, I had them come in my room because it was just so hot. And I was like, yeah, we're going to have to bring this in my room.
I think it was in the middle of July, too. We were just like,
yeah.
You were like, yeah, this isn't going to work out.
I was like, I really want them on, but we got to do it. I'm going to bring it inside. And now we got this new house. And I got my own space to just...
This is lovely.
To just do my thing, man.
This is great.
So my parents, big supporters of this show, which is great. So it's always nice having the parents' support behind me. But dude, how is everything? Give a quick bio about yourself. How's everything been? Yeah, tell everybody who don't know who Rex is.
Yeah, so it's good to be back on the show. It's good to really just be interviewed and not be doing the interviewing. Like I'm still trying to
I'm sure.
adjust because I'm like, wait, I'm the one that asks the questions. Mm-hmm. So it's good to be here. For those that don't know, my name is Rex Chege. I am the host and founder of the King's Tales podcast series, and as well the mentored.
What do you call it?
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
Bloopers.
yeah. King's Tales podcast host.
Yep, and mentored, which we're gonna dive in a little bit more later on in the show. I don't know why I just had a brain fart there, but
it happens.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it.
The raw, real Rex. This is what we're here for.
Yeah. I'm all for everything surrounding mental health, men's mental health specifically. Mm-hmm. As someone who has dealt with issues surrounding it, it's something I'm really passionate about. I want other people to realize that, just because you're going through something doesn't mean that you're any less of a man, any less capable. You're not crazy. You're not weird. Like, everyone goes through these things. And I feel like sometimes we just need to have these dialogues and these spaces where people can feel heard and seen. So that's a little bit about me. Absolutely.
Yeah. Rex really spreads a good message, again, with your podcast and your show and everything content-wise that you're making. I think there's some weight behind that. it's not something that's talked about. I think, especially with men.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I think again that's kind of what you show. I mean, you touch on everybody, but I think guys specifically, we like to be like dudes. Like, no,
Oh, yeah.
like, I'm not hurt. Like,
Right.
I don't have emotions, but we do. Yeah. So I think what you're doing is really good. And to go give people background, I mean, what King's Tales podcast. That's still happening. It's not turning into Mentored, right?
Oh yeah, no.
There's just two things
it's
happening
two
now.
separate entities. So like,
Gotcha.
I want people to look at it this way. Like King Sales is like the overarching,
Sorry,
business.
bring the mic in a little bit more too. Sorry about that. I actually forgot to tell you.
Hello.
There we go. Perfect. You're good. You're good.
So King Sales is the overarching business. So it's LLC. We're incorporated, and I pay my $300 every year.
Nice.
to stay legit.
Nice.
And then so of course we'll still have the podcast. We're actually gearing up to do some really crazy things the next 4 months. So be on the lookout for that. And then Mentored is a branch off of that, and it's gonna, without revealing too much, because we're definitely gonna touch on that later. But it's primarily fully encompassing that overarching message of helping people transform their trauma into triumph. So.
Yeah, and I know we spoke about it in past episodes, but for everyone kind of new listening or people who just didn't even watch those straight up, King's Tales. What was the motivation with that, and like what was your journey kind of creating that?
So a really funny story. I think it was the tail end of 2018. I had like a really bad like depressive episode, and it was like the week before finals. I remember it distinctly. I was getting ready to take my finals, but like the week leading up to it, I stayed in my room and I wasn't drinking or eating anything. And I was like, ooh, like I knew I kind of needed to talk to someone, but it wasn't until like I started having like thoughts of like suicide ideation, like jumping out my window, that I was like, ooh, yeah, I think I need to talk to somebody. So I found a counselor, and I was a little hesitant at first because like talking to someone was kind of like weird about my problems.
Yeah.
I wasn't a very vulnerable person, so I was like,
What a new thing, right? Like at that point in our lives, like we'll find it to be like, oh, I need to go to someone about this. Yeah.
Right. And at the time, like I didn't have that strong of a relationship with God, and I wasn't praying. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to have to figure something out. And so I started counseling. It actually went really well for like 4 months. And then, I remember this, this specific situation. I had started praying again, and I asked God, I was like, well, how can I put this concept that I have in my head into like action? And I prayed about it on Tuesday, and I had a counseling session on Friday on Zoom with my counselor, and she was like, you do a really good job of, writing stuff down, but in order for you to like actually get the stuff out of your head, like the thoughts out of your head and the ideas out of your head, I want you to start verbalizing it. So start voice memoing what it is that you're going through, so that you can actually like see that the stuff that you're going through is actually, it's for a purpose. And so I started doing that, and then COVID happened.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
I saw everyone else was doing podcasts, and I was like, oh, well, why don't I just go ahead and do it? And what started out as a form of therapy kind of evolved into allowing other people, especially the guests I interview, the opportunity to talk about how they went from their own personal struggles to, creating tales of success. So that's kind of how King Sales came about.
Yeah, no, that is cool. And I think in a way it's a testimony a little bit to, maybe getting stronger in your faith, I'd say too. Because again, it shows that, because again, I've been a lot more open to faith talk on this podcast, I mean, in recent episodes too. And I think that's a great little mini testimony there of like, pray how prayer can work.
Yeah.
Because again, you prayed for something, and then like something kind of landed on your lap. And again, it's a matter of sometimes these get answered right away, or sometimes to take a while to answer.
Yeah.
You got to pull your own weight. He can't do all the work.
Yes.
I think that's just the thing too. Like I've learned on my journey too. Again, I'm still a new baby Christian and do my stuff, but I'm still it's cool stuff to learn, and especially to hear kind of that story too. So it's super cool. But again, you've been thriving on that. Again, follow them on Instagram. Yeah, King's Tales. They're posting clips there. But you've grown a lot from that. We started our shows around the same time, which was cool, and then we both kind of, again, I had you on the show and then kind of grow from there. But you have a new studio.
Bro. Yeah.
What is that?
Crazy story about how that came about.
You have a new studio. Do you have a team too?
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's literally has been it's crazy how God literally constructed all that.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend that graduated from college a few years back, and he had a social media degree, social media marketing degree, and he was like, it's been really hard like trying to find something in my field. I was like, all right, look, I can hire you. I just can't pay you.
yeah. You're a Rex intern.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so like that helped tremendously, like because he taught me so much about how like marketing works, especially with Instagram and Reels and TikTok and YouTube Shorts. I was like, I don't know how any of this works. Like I just post the stuff and then see if it reaches people. But
yeah,
he was a huge help. So shout out to Damani. I know you're watching. And
use some clips. Feel free.
Yeah, no, I already know he's plotting.
Clip this podcast you want. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So that was a huge help. And then like he would find different events that we could go to for networking, and that also helped out tremendously. Like just talking, being around other creatives. Yeah. Like it makes you see like, okay, I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that's doing this. And it's super encouraging too, because you hear their stories. You're like, oh, we're all struggling, trying to get to the next level that we're aiming for, and it kind of like motivates you. You're like, ooh, okay.
What events? Just curious, because JC always tells me that, because again, when we're talking about the future with the next show we have and content me and her want to do, we're trying to get more niche, put it that way, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that I put out, again, this show, I have no regrets about it. Everything's great. Reasons wrapping up is it never had a niche. I bring people on. It's like a fun talk show, talk about someone's passion.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get a tribe, like a fan base, basically, to follow this, because people will tune in for, oh, I know this person from church that you interviewed. I'm going to tune in.
Right.
High school people will tune into this. Maybe some people from your fans of your show will tune into this. It's like a melting pot, which, I'm proud of that. I think it's fun. Yeah, everyone come on in, but there's not a consistent fan base. And again, all that to say, JC has been like, oh, we need to find ways to get more out there. What events were you guys going to? Like is it in Delaware, or were you?
So I think the really big one for us that like really put me in a good like headspace was going to CultureCon. So it's this convention for creatives that's hosted every October in Brooklyn, New York. So we went for the first time last year, and bro, whoa. What an experience that was. Like just being around other people, specifically like just being around other Black creatives and like seeing how like other people are going through the same exact things that you're going through and doing the same exact things that you're doing. It's just in order for you to like actually, and I'm not really like big on being on stages in front of people, but like to get to those places, you have to just be consistent and keep knowing what like you were just saying, knowing what your niche is, sticking to it and being consistent. And the more consistent that you are, and the more open you are to like getting like constructive criticisms or advice on how to get to the next level, that has helped tremendously. Like I met a couple of people that attended last year, and I went to, like a couple months ago. I don't know if you saw the vlog where I ended up in that parking garage and I had to pay.
I did see that. I did that. So I saw little clips of that. Yeah.
I was so mad that day.
Yeah.
But going to that event, like again, put me around other people. Like I actually interviewed someone that I met at the event.
Very cool.
And like, it's crazy how powerful networking is. Like I'll just leave it at that.
When you go there, I'm assuming like it's a convention.
Yeah.
So I mean, part of this is I'm sure you got to be bold.
Oh yeah,
talk to others,
other people. Yeah.
Like what's the environment like? Like, is it just everyone, and then there's a stage, someone motivates you, and then you just disperse, and you're like, "Hi, how are you?" Was it that like that?
So
pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So there were some areas where they did have like general like panels where they're talking about a specific topic, like social media marketing, or how to get funding, or how to market your brand a certain way. So they would have those little things, and then there would also be like little breakout rooms where you can go and talk to other people that, and 9 times out of 10 when you're just walking, like if you have a nice fit on, like someone's gonna come up to you and be like, yo,
successful.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sure.
And so that's how I'm learning like how impactful networking is. Like it's not, doesn't have to be forced, it doesn't have to be like inauthentic.
It's about who you know.
Exactly.
It's about who you know. That goes for everything. Because before I told myself it's mainly for like acting or something, but I feel like it goes for almost everything in life, which is unfortunate. I mean, again, school matters, college matters, education matters. You got to make your way and build your stuff there. But
That's about
sometimes
who
if you know the right people, there you go. You skip a few steps and get there. But
Yep.
again, it's just a matter of getting lucky and surrounding yourself around those
Like-minded people.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. No, that's cool. But no, that sounds like it was a blast. And yeah, that's super cool. Where's the studio at?
So I'm glad that
Yeah, yeah.
that you brought that back
Brought it
up.
back up.
'Cause,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the studio, I remember I was on the Explore page on my Instagram one day, and I saw like a photographer. He had put up a photo shoot that he had done, and he went to Dell State, and so I did some digging. And I was like, oh wait, there's a studio in Newark, and so like I checked out their website, and the pricing is so reasonable. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get on top of this, because before I was so used to just doing the interviews on Zoom,
Yeah.
or like in my apartment.
Yeah,
and
I
was
remember
like,
seeing that. Yeah, yeah.
nah, this isn't gonna work. Like at least for safety reasons, just inviting people over to my apartment kind of wasn't the most sound thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
you know, like once I found the studio and I did my first session there, it's insane how much like better like the views got, because
Yeah.
the
Visually, people will
Bro.
be like, whoa.
Whoa.
It adds credibility.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like I remember the interview that I did in March with these two girls, Kyla and Chanel. We went to college together. The previous reel that I posted only got like 500 views. Combined between the two of them, we got close to 20,000.
You collaborated, I'm
Yeah.
assuming? Yeah, and they share it and stuff like
Bro.
that. It's crazy, bro.
I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, like
Yeah.
how much of a difference a studio makes, and like actually, you know, just connecting with the right people, it creates an atmosphere that, you know, generates views, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I got it now.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
it.
it's this thing. Yeah, building connection and then having the people on. And then, yeah, just you get people who watch them or who know them and they're like, come from there. And again, it's the thing of once you find the right people, there's fast exponential growth.
Yep.
I think with mine, again, this ain't a shot at anyone who's ever been on my show, but everyone I've had on, I love, and we talked about everyone's passions, either theater or faith and stuff like that. But I feel like there's always, no one's had that fan base yet, that, oh, what's this? And then it explodes. It's
Right.
kind of just been local. It's
Yeah.
been local. And I'd like to say I think I've exploded locally, but when it comes to like more broadening things a little more, I'm like, okay, that's the next step and come from there. Like, have you seen your podcast kind of grow to other places, you think?
Oh yeah, 100%. I was just about to tell you, like probably the biggest thing that I had to overcome was reaching out to people and being okay if they said no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I think when I started like I started watching more podcasts, I was reading my Bible more, and like I was also like reading more, like just reading books, because I have, bro, I'll be honest, if it's not like school based, I don't read.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
if I don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah. So now,
Yeah.
like I'm realizing now, like I forgot what book it was I was reading, but the author had literally wrote out that like you have to start seeing no's as and he broke it down into an acronym. So no is next opportunity. So you just keep on sifting through the no's until you get to the yes.
Oh, that's good.
And
That's good.
He broke it down for the yes. He said the no is your next opportunity. The yes is your expected success.
Ooh.
So when you're able to sift through the
Yeah,
no's,
yeah.
you'll eventually get to the yes. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and that kind of like has helped me, because I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I used to hate being told no or feeling like people were rejecting me.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to business, like you can't take it personally. You just have to, you know, just let it roll off your shoulders and go to the next person.
I think that's where I really commend you in your growth, at least, is I think you've kind of, I mean, I'm sure you're still learning too, but I think you're kind of cracking the code on getting uncomfortable for the growth.
Yes.
Because again, for me, I'll have my friends on and stuff like that. I want to do this, like this is fun, but I've kind of been scared to reach out. But then on top of being scared of reaching out, I personally, if I reach out to someone, goes back to I need my niche so I know how to sell this podcast or know how to sell myself. Because opposed to some people have brought up great points of when I invite them to the show, I'm like, hey, you should come on. Like, what are we gonna talk about? What do you do? And you're like, oh, I do this. We'll talk about that. And like, and it makes conversations like that have made me reflect. Damn. Okay, wait. Maybe we can't talk about my friend's like passion for cars for a whole hour. Hold on. Yeah. And again, this show has been built off stuff like that, and I still have fun doing it. But again, next step and niche down. But I think you're cracking the code a little bit, if not already cracked it. Of yeah, you got to get uncomfortable.
Right.
and build from there.
You want to know what the beauty of that is too, like with your show in particular, like it's all trial and error. Like you almost have to do this stuff and go through like trying to figure out what works the best, like bounce around, because that's what will help you figure out what it is that's your niche.
Yeah.
And once you got it, you know who it is that you're gonna go after. You know what it is that you offer, and that will help in the long run, especially like with I'm learning now with sponsorship money or like finding people to collaborate with, because once you know what and who it is that you want to collaborate with, and you can clearly define what it is that you have to offer, people you'll find somebody to line up with you.
Yeah.
There's 8 billion people on this earth, dude. Like
exactly.
And so like I have to keep on telling myself that. I'm like, okay, I might
stop shrinking ourselves to something like no, there's so much out there.
Right.
Like there's so much, like we're not failures.
Right.
Like there's so much out, because sometimes, I mean, it sounds sad, but sometimes I'm like, oh, this ain't going nowhere. Like I'm not good at this. And then God bless her, JC will always try to encourage me, and then we'll pray on it too and stuff like that. And
very important.
Again, I've told myself and asked God, like it's a thing of I know me and JC, we have the personalities. And she's great. The thing is, she's great at organizing. I'm great at executing. So that's why I talked to her this year. I'm like, let's figure this out. Because when it comes to organization, again, she sees me. I'm inviting Joe Schmo on. Let's talk about this. And she's like, well, what's the structure? I'm like, it's fun.
Yeah,
but then I reflected on. I'm like, I want this podcast to grow. She has a point. I'm like, let's make a show together where you're the co-host. Let's help me organize it. I'll help execute it. I got the stuff. I got the knowledge for what we need. You have the knowledge for what it become. Go from there. And again, it goes back to the whole collaborate. I mean, my greatest collaborating, thank goodness, is my girlfriend, which is great. Like, she's a great partner. So we're working on kind of growing from there and seeing what we can do. But yeah, man, it's the thing is like. Just stepping outside your comfort zone a little bit. And again, I'm big on throw it on the wall and let's see if it sticks. And I've been doing this podcast for 5 years. I think it's finally falling off the wall. And let's throw the next thing. We'll throw the next thing. Yeah. But one thing I kind of want to move over to is when you're kind of interviewing guests on your show. What is, because again, I'm big on mental health the past few years because I still get anxiety. I had anxiety attack the other day because I was just like, I told you before the show, I've been doing so much. And sometimes when your schedule's so busy, you don't got time, for prayer, for yourself to like, or just to talk to others. And I feel like it's fast. What are like some common mental health like struggles people have been facing, or like what's something that's rarely talked about that you think, hey, let's use this platform. It's okay to talk about it if someone's listening.
So I will say a majority of the guests that I have on the show have been a part of our generation. They're Gen Z. Yeah. So, and I always like to do research and educate myself on like, things that we're primarily struggling with. And the main things that our generation deals with are anxiety, depression, suicide ideation, and substance abuse. So a majority of the time, like when I am like scouting out people that I want to interview, I'm going through the page and I'm seeing if it lines up with what the brand is. And so like if it's someone that fits all the, the criteria, we'll reach out, we'll get it established, we'll try and schedule something with the studio so that, everything is.
And not to cut you off, is that like cold outreach, or did you hear about it through someone? Or really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it's definitely more cold outreach because I've started like expanding outside of the Delaware bubble.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to reach out to creators that are at least in the tri-state area so we can meet in Newark and record in the studio. But like, just finding people that line up with the mission statement. Yeah. So you have to go through something to tell the story. Yeah. Because if you haven't gone through something, or you're faking that you've gone through something, we can't really. It's not going to line up.
Yeah, it won't be relatable and stuff like that. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So.
No, that's cool. Yeah. Again, that's awesome. And again, the message that you're trying to get out there is really good. Hey guys, it's okay to talk to people.
Oh yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Please don't ever feel like you can't talk to someone. Yeah. Because again, I've been there. I know what it's like to like really just be down on your luck and you're trying everything. I think for me, like my biggest thing was I was trying to find things to fill a void that nothing earthly could fill. And it wasn't until like I rededicated my life to Christ and like I really started to build my own relationship with him that I started to realize, all these things that I tried to do, I tried the partying, I tried the drinking, I tried the smoking, like, and it's good in the moment, but then you come down.
It fades. It's so
Exactly.
temporary.
Exactly.
God is eternal, and I love it. Yeah, I mean, I always try to make things. Yeah, like I know it sounds silly the way I say it, but I always tell JC, like, I feel like sometimes holy things like can sound cringy, but I'm like,
Yeah, no,
it is what it is, man.
Yeah,
It
right.
is what it is. Like,
Right.
like having a relationship with him is forever.
right.
And like, hey, like when we pass, there's happiness after that.
Exactly.
Crazy, bro.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It is.
It's really important. That's the thing is, and actually to your point, I actually wanted to touch on, and we'll touch on it a little later because there's actually a lot to debrief here. Again, me and Rex haven't seen each other in a while. Even after this, I'm probably gonna chit chat with him for another hot minute. Kind of to your point, because I talk about this a lot on the podcast. It deals with my testimony a little bit too. When people feel alone or with the mental health community, like I think community is a huge thing. Because again, it's been a while since we've seen each other, but what I've shared all the time is one of my coworkers during 2020 invited me to a church retreat. And then from there, again, it was one of these weird things where, I was praying when I didn't have a relationship with him.
Right.
But then it's like, why was I doing that? Something was moving in you,
Yes.
And again, people can listen to that and be like, oh, you sound crazy, blah, blah. But no, like I was praying and then things started landing like the year 2023 or 2022. That was like years of blessings. Like I was seeing my life shift because I got involved in church. I started praying more. I started going to Bible groups and stuff like that. Now, I don't want people to hear that and think it's some cure all be all type thing, but it helped me. That's my experience. It helped me to have faith in there, but again, to have community. Like I was in a bad spot in 2020 because we were all alone, and then I was dealing with a bunch of whole other things, personal things, and then church was there. It was such a weird thing. I was literally praying for community without even knowing I wanted it. Because I think I told myself I want a new friend group or something like that.
Yeah.
I want a fresh friend group, like to be transparent. And then it landed in my lap. A bunch of Asians landed on my lap. Thank you guys. Thank you. They listen to this. They're like, oh wow. But to your point, I mean, do you have a community you I'm assuming you lay back on? Like, what's that? What's kind of that for you right now?
100%. So I would say mainly it's definitely my church family for sure.
Yeah.
Like I talk to my pastor at least once a week, like talking about stuff with the business or the podcast or how work's going or how school's going. Like I like to keep him in the loop of what it is that I'm dealing with, and like he's been a huge support. Like man, thank God for him for real, because he's been truly a huge help. And then of course everyone else that attends the church with me, like I check in with them once a week. And funnily enough, like I've been over the men's department for like going on 2 years now, and like I have a little team now, and like now it's almost funny because like sometimes God will show you yourself when you don't want to see yourself. And like I've always been like a to myself type of person, and now like he's kind of like showing me like, hey, I need you to stop being a loner and actually like commune with these people the same way that you commune with me. So like now I'm trying to be more proactive with the two men that I work alongside with, to like put together events and find out more about them. So like that's been like a new thing for me, and it's sometimes it can get a little bit uncomfortable because I'm like, I'm not used to this, but it's
God's
cool.
testing you a little bit.
Exactly.
Again, you're stepping outside your comfort zone. And again, kudos to you, man. I think you're definitely making those steps, and I'm hoping maybe I can get that courage.
Oh yeah, bro.
Too.
It's a process.
It's nice being comfortable. I think that's just the issue. Yeah. So
Man,
when there's something we hear that's different, it's like you got to do this. I'm like, I'll do it my way.
Yeah.
No, something you got to do it a way that works, but you're uncomfortable with. Yeah. I'm really glad though that you have the church community there, and I think that's awesome. It's really important.
That's been like a huge help, and like I was talking about with CultureCon earlier. Now we're gearing up to go into this year's that's happening. I think it's the first week in October, and. Damani, who's been working as my impromptu assistant, he's been like, make sure that you get in these group chats that they're posting, because like you want to actually be active and network with these people before you get there. And I'm like, I'm not really a big group chat person. When people put me in group chats, I immediately put them on mute, and I'm like, I'm trying to do better now because like this, I can connect with someone that might have something that might better, bolster up my business. So I'm like, all right, let me be. I think it really just boils down for me for vulnerability. That's something I'm still working on.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's a scary thing, man, for sure. And again, I guess to talk all about it, again, you have all this growth going on and stuff. Mentored. So I'm excited to talk about this a little bit. Again, I don't know much about it. You mentioned it a little bit early in the show.
Yeah.
What should we expect from Mentored? What are we expecting here? Yeah.
Okay, so for those that don't know or might have just stumbled across the page after watching the episode, so Mentored is a initiative that I've been praying about it for like the past 4 months, and one day like I was like, all right, I feel like it's great what we're doing with the podcast, but I want something more centrally focused on helping men and creating a community that can host spaces where men can talk about their issues, not feel judged, and just get the help and the resources necessary to get unstuck. Because like I think I was reading the story of Joseph and like how he ended up in the pit because his brothers were jealous of him, but it was almost like God was trying to tell me like the pit was a metaphor like for being stuck in depression or anxiety or trauma, and helping other men get out of that pit so that you can make the necessary pit stops to get to your expected success. So Mentored is geared towards that, like helping people transform, well, actually just essentially get out of pitfalls and realize that just because their pit stop did turn to a pitfall, you don't have to stay there. So I feel like sometimes we put a period at the end of a sentence when God's trying to turn it into a comma. And that's what I'm trying to help other men like realize. And I don't know if you saw the full video that I posted, but I sat on that for like a good 2 weeks because I'm like, ooh, this is weird. Like when you actually have to like tell your testimony, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to share this with people.
Yeah.
And literally a day after I posted that, someone reached out to me and they were like, hey, you don't know what that video just did for me. Like I've been in a weird place where like I don't really know who I am. I've been dealing with depression. I don't, I just got out of a relationship that I thought this was going to be my person, and like we talked for like a couple hours after he messaged me.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. Imagine if I didn't share that.
Yeah.
So like that was reassurance for me because like God was like essentially just saying like, I need you to take this leap of faith
so you can work for others because he's using you as a vessel.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
We have to use our gifts that God gave us.
Right.
To use our gifts because it's what we're made here for, but sometimes use it to glorify Him.
Exactly.
And once you do that, you've welcomed a whole new bunch of other people.
Right.
And we have to be okay with people who are almost going to look at that and be like, what are you talking about, blah, blah, blah. Like, you got to take the rejection. Exactly. Like, going back to what you said earlier, like, hearing the no's or rejection or negative comments in general, I think that's the scary part about it. You know? Again, I remember when I started opening up about faith on this podcast, too, I was like, oh, man, how people are going to take this? But it's been very encouraging, and a few of the clips and episodes have actually done really well because people were, encouraged by it.
Yes.
And I think it's one of those things people don't talk about proudly. Yeah. Oddly enough. I mean, I know I'm in the sphere now. I know a lot of people who do like talking about it, but I feel like there's people out there like me, and I'm sure you, like when we were younger in high school, I was like, yeah, I believe in Jesus.
Right.
But like could be aliens too though. I don't know. Like I was making dumb comments like that. I was like, I was like, I'll pray when I'm stressed. I'm not going to pray for thanks. I'm not going to pray like grateful praise. Like these days I've never thought I'd pray to be like, wow, thanks for the day. Like, and actually intentionally close my eyes, get on my knees, and like go out of my way to do that stuff. Past me would be like, get up. Like,
yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Corny and stuff like that. But I think, again, me being exposed to people who were in their faith and proud of it, and then, someone seeing you make that's important, man. We got to be bold.
Yeah.
We got to be bold about our faith.
That's what it all boils down to at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And when you were talking earlier about like how we almost have to like push our gifts to the forefront.
Yeah.
When you brought that up, I was thinking about the parable of the three servants with the talents that they got. Yeah. I don't know if I remember that Bible story, but like it's almost like I was the one that got the talents, and I like hid them in the ground because I was afraid like how that was going to be perceived by the world. But like now I'm so confident in what it is that God's given me. Like I don't even care about the response anymore. Like I just got to go out there and do it.
Hey world, look.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Take a look at this. Yeah.
Like I forgot what podcast I was looking at, but the guy was talking about like sometimes we got to have that childlike the childlike curiosity and the childlike ambition. Like, you know how little kids will just, even if you tell them that they can't run into a wall, they're still going to run into the wall.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the type of like
mentality
you have to have. Like you have to go out there and do it. Like, yeah, you might run into the wall and get hurt, but guess what? Sometimes you just have to try because you might burst through it and walk into the room.
There's something there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
no. Wow, that's good. That's good. Don't be afraid of failing. I mean, that's kind of been the theme of this whole show at this point. This episode is like be bold and like don't be ashamed of it. But again, I also love that again someone reached out to you, and it really spoke to them. Yeah. So again, with the mentor though, again you're posting on social media and people just reach out to you. Like, how does this work?
So it's actually really funny.
Or whatever you can't spoil yet. I don't know. I don't want to.
Yeah. So without revealing too much, a couple. I think it was a week and a half ago. I had a consultation with and I don't want to watch her title, but like she has done like tremendous work with like social media marketing and brand audits. And so like she did a brand audit for me, and like we went through everything that.
Sorry, brand audit as in did she like look at everything you're doing and then audit as in here's what you're doing right, here's what you're doing wrong.
Exactly.
Wow.
Bro. Exactly. Yeah. Wow. And I was like, wow. Again, another like God encounter because literally I was in class one day and I heard someone talking about Jesus and I looked over, I was like, wait a minute, you know Jesus too. So we talked after class and like we connected and like she kept on telling me, she's like, I want to hear more about your testimony, how you got here. And then we eventually set up the Zoom call. And bro, when I tell you that was nothing but God, because everything that I had questions about, she answered it. And like she gave me like necessary resources and tools on how like I can get to the next level for Mentored. So like essentially Mentored is just gonna be a way for me to, you know, apply practical things, experiences that I've gone through, and you know, tie it into faith and mental health research.
Yeah, I love it.
So like by combining those two, the reels are gonna be like the attention grabbers. We're already here. I'm working on I'm working on a course on the back end that will help people to get unstuck and really like actually start living the life that they're supposed to be living.
Cool.
So
that's important. Yeah, that's powerful,
that's the thing that I'm working on. Surprise.
There you go. Okay, there we go. The big news, the scoop. That's awesome though. I think that definitely has a lot of potential, and you're doing God's work, man.
Bro,
you're doing God's work. Yeah.
All glory to Him.
Every time I see you, I'm like, there's always a little growth in Rex. I'm like, God's working on it, man.
Yeah. Honestly,
that's super exciting.
It's been a journey. I'm not where I was almost 10 years ago when we were graduating high school.
It's crazy to think. Like I always think back, like 10 years ago, I never would have thought everything happening in my life now, faith-wise, or even like living-wise, or content-wise, or relationship-wise,
would be happening.
This is stuff I was praying for before, and I'm like, wow, wait, we got to step out of ourselves and be like, we know, like some things have been answered, some blessings have been landing on my lap a little bit.
Right.
Life will never be perfect.
No.
That's what I tell myself all the time. And I feel like some people will always hear people talk about faith or their journey and be like, well, you still do this. This always happens in your life. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect.
Nope.
Things will happen.
Right.
And you just got to recognize the higher being that is,
right,
taking care of us, man. It's super cool.
Absolutely.
And again, I mean, so we talked about Mentored, and we've been kind of course, already talking about it because there's a lot to unpack with it, but your faith a little bit. How do you, I mean, it's funny. I'm on this journey right now. I mean, this is a scoop if they listen to it, but I'm on this journey right now with JC. We want to hope next year move out together and figure things out and, take the next step in our lives. And at least where I'm at right now, we're trying to find a church that we both, resonate with right now. I mean, I have a church that, I'm going to. She has a church in Dover, but, we're an hour away from each other. And we want to find something that we can both resonate with. She's tried, of course, the church. I'm up here. I've tried hers. I like hers a lot. There's always going to be things that, you're like, I don't know about this church. I don't know about that. And that's just the reality of it.
Right.
So right now, I think me and her are just trying to find a church right now. And I think we're looking at the Journey. The Journey has some cool things going on there. but we want to grow together as a couple.
Yes.
And in our faith, in our relationship, because we want to make sure that's grounded in that. You know, is God is because we thank Him for bringing us together. Because I met her at a church retreat.
Man.
So it was one of those things I'm like, wow, amen. Here we go.
Yeah.
And I'm also kind of on this journey of introducing my parents to the Lord. Because they you know, they're kind of like I was a few years ago, just kind of more casual about our faith and stuff like that. And I'm trying to encourage them, and I'll share this on the show. I don't really talk about this much, but I got them. They've been actually showing up to the journey a little bit, because on this journey of me and JC finding churches, they overheard, and then they were just curious, because the journey's like, for those of you who don't know, 5 minutes like from my house, less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
And they were like, "Oh, you're trying out that church?" I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "We'll check it out." And again, my mom is, they're born and raised Catholics. Nothing wrong with it. Do your thing. But journey in churches like, I mean, I'm sure like yours too, and the one I go to, completely different Catholic church, you know? I mean, Catholic church is very routine. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing. Pews, you sit down, you pray, you repeat what the priest is saying. I feel like at our churches, you build that relationship. And
is your church non-denominational?
Non-denominational.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, actually, no. The Filipino one I go to, Good Shepherd Baptist Church. Journey,
oh boy,
I'm pretty sure is non-denominational.
Okay.
So again, there's been a lot of faith conversations in the house recently. Put it that way. No,
Right.
nothing bad.
Right.
Nothing bad. It's more of a educating each other.
Yeah.
And because they've been curious about my faith, I got baptized last year. And, you know, they baptized me as a baby. So there's a lot of question marks of like, oh, we already did that. I'm like, well, I'm trying to, you know, reaffirm my faith with God, I have a relationship with Him. But all that to say, I'm in a journey with JC that kind of helped my parents out a little bit. And I'm definitely in a growing period, which, again, I think we're always going to be growing. But I'd love to hear kind of where's your journey right now? And, like, where are you kind of landing with your faith?
Yeah, so
Or how do you stay in touch with God, too? Because I love that, too, yeah.
very, very similar. Like, I grew up Catholic.
Yeah.
You know, you get into the routine of Catholicism. You're like,
yeah.
When I found my church, it's very, so it's Pentecostal, right?
Sure.
So like
Yeah.
very, very Holy Ghost oriented.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people speaking in tongues, people dancing. I wasn't used to that. So I
Does
remember
that happen every Sunday? Just curious, like the speaking in tongues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
so
Okay.
sometimes,
wow.
you know,
I haven't been
service,
exposed to that side yet.
yeah, service gets really high sometimes, and
Sure.
you know,
Sure.
God takes over. So it was definitely like a huge culture shock, because
Yeah.
you know, you're, at least for me, like I was used to doing certain things, and you know, the great thing about the journey is like you literally just take it day by day and realize that, you know, God doesn't need you to be perfect. He just needs you to be intentional and consistent.
Yeah.
And the more vulnerable and willing you are to share your stuff with Him, the more He'll provide you with a way of escape, right? Like you think that you won't overcome your addiction. You think that you won't overcome your mental health illness. You won't think that you'll be able to overcome being in poverty. But like the more consistent you are with Him and the more vulnerable you are sharing those things with Him, like it opens a door that you didn't even think was possible. Like I'm in a place now that I would have never thought I would have been in like 5 years ago if you would have asked me. Like I would have looked at you like you were crazy. But I think with going back to the church that I'm at, like it's great because like, you know how you were saying like you and JC are trying to find the right place to, you know, that will feel like home for both of you.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, before I found mine, I went to 2 different churches. One like that was across the street from Wesley's campus. Okay. And then another one that I went to in Newark. And both times that I went, I was like, oh, this is good, but like it doesn't feel like home. Yeah. And then when I stepped, it's so crazy. Yeah. I stepped foot in the sanctuary for the first time, and like I just took a breath and I was like, whoa, I found it. That's how you'll know when you step in and it just feels like home. And one of the things about it was I didn't feel any judgment. Like I stepped in, I shared, you know, some of the stuff that I've been through, and no one judged me. I was like, and that's always been a big thing for me. Like sometimes I felt like growing up, like I couldn't really be Rex because people would just think, oh, he's weird or he's different. But like when you're around other people that see you for you and love you for it, man.
Oh, that will open up so many things in you. You'll be more, like open about it. Like it's just a good feeling. Sometimes you just can't even explain it, and sometimes you can't explain that journey. Like you said, where, I like you said, like as long as you're intentional.
Yes.
Once you start being intentional, it straight up is you can't explain it, but things happen.
Right.
Blessings happen.
Right.
And that was at the point where, again, a few years ago, I recognized that in myself because, again, a lot, like multiple things were landing on my lap, and I was like, there was a night I reflected on it, and I was getting emotional too by myself, and I went to the church that week, and pretty much solidified my faith at church, and I was like, this is it, man. Yeah, no, like I still have a lot to learn.
Yeah.
But I want to let God know I'm here. I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for a lot of the stuff you've done.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's actually, I'm glad that you just brought that up because a couple of weeks ago, one of our pastors was preaching, and he was just saying like how important gratitude is, and like sometimes you don't realize how fortunate of a situation you're in, and like he broke it down. He broke it down like a job interview. He's like, even if you don't get the job, just the fact that you were in the interview was enough. And he said, even if the thing doesn't work out that you've been praying for, just know that God is able. And bro, when I tell you, he was like, sometimes all you have to do is just be grateful that you were considered. And for the following week after that, every morning I woke up, I was like, God, thank you for considering me. And like sometimes it really just takes something that small early in the morning that will jumpstart your day. Like, you know what, God, thanks for waking me up this morning.
A sermon I just heard at the Journey, was that literally just this past week, that was kind of touches on that too. The pastor was saying something like, kind of talking about, how we can integrate, because they're working on a prayer week there, and they're kind of telling people like, you could pray this way, pray that way. But he gave a great example of, of course, we always, when we pray, there's always something we have to ask.
Yeah.
But he said, after a bad day, we tend to forget, after a stressful and bad day, we forget God in general sometimes, or oh, I'm going to pray.
Oof.
We're just so angry. I'm going home and I'm going to sleep. I don't even want to reflect on this.
Yep.
He said even on his worst days, a practice that he has is, going to his bed and, you just pray in his bed or kneel down and pray, thank God for all the good things that happened today. Yes. Thank you for all the good things that happened today. And everything bad that happened today, I pray that all gets washed away. And that's powerful.
Yeah.
Again, being grateful, I think, is one of the most important things we can do as believers.
Yes.
Because we can't just keep going, more, give me more. I want this, I want this, I want this.
Right.
Like, be grateful.
Yeah, for what you have.
And I've been trying to put that in my daily routines. I mean, again, no one's perfect. Sometimes I forget because, again, I'm just so busy. And again, I'm a victim of I'm stressed and tired. I'm going to bed. See you later, God. Yeah, I'm good. But it goes back to, I tell people, prayer works. It's almost one of those things where, but why don't we do it all the time? Yeah, it works.
Yep.
And we know what we have to do. It's almost like, we know what we have to do to be fit, but we don't do it.
Ooh, exactly.
I know I got to work out. I know what to eat. I literally know what to eat.
Right, because we've done it.
We've done it. But I don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it's human. I think human nature and the enemy sometimes that when you're caught alone, you get thoughts that you watch things that are bad, or you eat things that are bad, you do things that are bad. Because that was a thing he talked about in his sermon too, integrity. Yes. Having your own integrity in your faith and your relationship with God. It's easy to do it in front of a bunch of other people. But when you're alone in your room, what you doing? And I'll be transparent too. He brought it up. He was straight up porn. He was like, they even, it's funny, before the sermon, they said, all the kids, we love it when your families are here, when you're together as family, but it's not a kid-friendly sermon. And he brought it up. That's why I've been kind of vibing with his church. He was straight up. He talked about straight up porn, and he just said, the integrity. It's easy to do it in this group, in this church, in a community, in front of people, but what are you doing behind closed doors?
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
It's powerful, man. There's so much to talk about on that type of topic, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's also too what has kept me at the City of Refuge, the church that I attend, is how real like our pastor is. Like he doesn't, of course everything is in accordance to the word of God, but like he does it in a way that's like culturally sound. Like he knows.
Is it like relatable? You'd say too.
Exactly.
Yes, because that's exactly how the Pastor Mark does it at the Journey. I like it when, again, call me a baby Christian or whatever people want to say. I like it when it's relatable. There's been I've on my journey of searching for churches with JC. There's been a few that I love it when they get in the Bible. Don't get me wrong, but there's somewhere it's like educate on the Bible, King James version, and it's an hour and a half service of like here's what happened in this story, but I never hear how do we apply this?
Right.
How do I relate to it?
Right.
Someone could hear this and be like, no, it's good when you get in the Bible, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But tell me, how do I apply it? Like, there's just some churches that I feel like aren't educating the people in that way.
Yes.
If it's your vibe, it's your vibe. Go to that
Right.
church and you want to learn about the Bible.
Right.
But I mean, JC too, because sometimes she's more like, let's go into the Bible, and that's fine. But even for her, some of the churches we went to, she's like, that's intense. I was like, yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah.
So I like it when, again, the Pastor Mark of the Journey does a really good job of
being practical.
Practical. Exactly.
Yes.
Keeping it real, keep it practical, and then pulls up verses in the Bible. As long as you're doing that too, because I want there to be a balance.
There has to be.
Make things relatable, but bring up a story in the Bible. Educate
To draw
me.
it all in.
To draw it all in. It's yeah, man.
It's amazing. And then I think that also too that almost like piques your curiosity, because then after the word's over, you're like, let me go read this for myself. That actually,
Yeah, man.
And then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, and then you get another revelation, and you're like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing, God.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
I haven't done it recently, but my parents were even in shock too. I mean, like about a year ago, I was trying to get more intentional about the Bible reading, and again, I've been kind of slacking on it. It's been kind of hard because again, the Bible's a lot. When I open it, I want to be in it.
Yeah.
But I remember I was actually getting like opening stories up and trying to read and stuff like that. Ecclesiastes. I was like, wait, this is kind of crazy. Because JC was like, you'll like Ecclesiastes, knowing you. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of going stuff. I'm like, I remember being in my bed, opening the Bible. I'm like, what am I doing? Because I like blew dust off of it because there's nothing. We don't read the Bible in this house. Oh, come on. I was like, wow, I had the Bible open, and that was another sign for me. Like, something's changed.
Yeah, bro.
I'm encouraged.
Yes.
I don't feel corny about it.
Right.
This is great.
Right. And
Yeah.
that's the power of taking the walk. Like you become so, you're not on like shifty foundation anymore. You're on solid foundation. And like it doesn't matter, who says what, who does this, who does that, because you know what your relationship is. And one of the things that like really helps me keep like stay grounded, especially when I'm going through those seasons of transitions or trials and tribulations, is I think back of where I was like even just a year ago, and I'm like, I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
And if God was able to do that back then, he can do it right now.
He can do it
I'm just
again.
gonna chill.
Exactly. Something I tell JC, and again, I'm always aware sometimes my analogies sound silly and something like that, but whenever I'm stressed about something or she's stressed or someone we know is stressed, very human things that we'd be stressed about, like, just like either some people's relationship issues or something.
Yep.
I tell JC, like, I'm like, the sea was split once. A man walked on water. A man multiplied bread. A man
fish.
was able to see again. Again, going down all the stories, I'm like, who's to say our little human everyday issue can't be solved?
Yes.
Who's to say our friend's issue can't be solved? Like, nothing's really impossible, Like, it's just, things will work.
Yes.
Things will work. And my biggest critique before I became a believer was, why aren't miracles like that happening now like they were before? We have to step back. They are. They are.
Yeah.
And that was a wake-up call for me, like, because things are happening in my life, and I'm seeing it in other people's lives, because I'm, surrounding myself around like-minded folks, and it's like, wait, no crap, they are happening.
Yeah.
Like, there are miracles happening. We're just expecting this giant spectacle of a thing, but they're happening around us every day.
And it might seem like small or minute, but like when you really put in perspective, like I'll never forget, like when I first joined the church, there's this woman that had told us that like she had lymphoma cancer, and like it drastically changed her life, and like the doctors kept on telling her that like, this is, it doesn't look like, the reports weren't good from the doctors, but like she literally just prayed to God consistently, and the whole report turned around. Like she went from, having the cancer to now she's been in remission for like I think 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
And it's crazy because like it's showing you the power of prayer. Like you might not you might not think it, but like sometimes all you really need is just the faith the size of a mustard seed. Jesus said it.
Yeah.
And when you have that faith and you run with it, it begins to multiply and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then before you know it, your faith's the size of a mountain. And you're like, okay, I'm going through this stuff, but Paul went through it. Jesus went through it. Moses went through it. And so like when you can relate
Go back to the stories.
Yeah.
There's so many things that were a lot worse than the stuff we're dealing with now. A lot worse than the stuff we're dealing with. And it got solved. No, that's super cool, man. I like that. Again, it's been 10 years. And, I mean, again, we've seen each other in spurts in those 10 years.
Yeah.
But I think we both see it, that God's worked in our lives in different ways. Because
Tremendously.
I would have never thought, I'll sit with Rex 10 years from now and talk about Jesus stuff and God stuff. Like,
Man,
old Ethan would be like, what lame.
What are you talking about? Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So, yeah, it's exciting, man. Exciting. Hopefully, everyone listening to this, you can stay encouraged and, reach out to a community.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, and I'm always open. Like, if someone's watching this and you want to talk about anything, really just send me a message.
This man's the expert. He has his show based around this kind of stuff. So there you go. Yeah.
And it's, again, going to like, I heard something the other day. Like sometimes you're expecting something to happen and go the way that you want it to. We become so caught up in the desired outcome that we don't see the designed outcome. Like everything that we've been going through in life, God has been strategically putting it together. Like you don't realize that you went through what you went through so that you can come out a little bit stronger, a little bit wiser, a little bit more knowledgeable. And you can tell other people that might be going through the same thing. And you're like,
this is happening for a reason.
Wow. I went through that it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So it's almost, don't ever think that you're going through something and it's just by chance or because you're being punished. No, look at it as a test. And I think if we can go into every single situation with the mindset, like, what can I learn from this instead of why am I going through this? It's all about perspective. That's probably
it's all
the biggest
about perspective, and that will shift your anxiety and everything because your mind will be more clear.
Yep.
It's I like the way you said that. No, exactly. Like just kind of change your perspective a little bit, and I got to trick my brain too, man. Like when I have little panic attacks, I'm like, no, this is okay. It's okay. Like your brain's tricking you. It's annoying. Like your brain's literally like saying like, no, you're in a bad spot. No, I'm not.
Right.
No, I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I've been learning too is like, because bro, Satan wants to get in your mind because it's the control center. Like if he can get in there and like sees your thoughts, now you're having an anxiety attack. Your heart's racing, and your mind's racing, and now you're not like in the right headspace. Yeah. So like you almost have to like rewire your brain and ask God like, all right, I know that I'm about to have this panic attack, but let me just take a deep breath and realize that it's not nearly as crazy as I think it is.
Exactly. Like I have a friend at church who also works with me, and I told her because she has panic attacks all the time too, and anxiety stuff. We gotta tell ourselves like there's nothing wrong. There really isn't anything. Like you're okay. It's hard though. It's hard, but you gotta tell yourself you're okay. But pray. Yeah. Pray in the moment. I've been very into like, Lord, please help me right now. Like maybe can you answer this prayer now? Can you can you do this one now? Let's explain this one because I'm scared. Yeah.
You want to know? I'm glad that you also brought that up. One of the biggest things that's probably been helping me tremendously is when I do finish praying, I'll literally just sit in silence for a little bit. Because I'm realizing now that sometimes we make the mistake of talking to God and not communicate with him. Because sometimes he needs to talk back to us too, and we need to hear him.
Exactly. So, that's
bro. Because sometimes, especially in the morning, like on my commute to work, I'll start praying and then I'll turn on my music, and I'm like, wait.
I need to be here.
I need to be in the moment.
I need to be present. That is so. Oh, you make such a good point. We could go for hours on this one because I have a lot of moments. We should do this more. It's one of those things. I know I should do this, but I don't do it more. The times I do it, I feel like brand new. After runs, I've done this like recently. After runs, I will put my phone in my car, headphones in the car. I will find like at the Glasgow Park. There's the fountains. Yep. I'll sit on a little wooden bench there. I'll do some prayer, and to sit there in the silence, either before the prayer or after the prayer. There's like this. There's a zen. There's a zen to it, and I like the way you put it. You got to communicate. Maybe he got to talk to you.
Right.
You gotta wait and feel. If you don't hear something, you're feeling something.
Mm-hmm.
And again, people will be like, you hear God's voice. Some people do.
Yeah.
Hey, if you do, you do.
Right.
Good for you. I think for me, it's always been this feeling of peace. Yeah. When you are, it's gonna sound crazy. When you are on God's earth, just in nature.
Yeah.
Taking it all in. No technology. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
actually a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And
It's
that's
crazy.
I'm really glad you brought that because again, there's been several occasions where I've been in a bad spot and to just sit there in silence, not be around this technology.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for technology.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gotten us to where we are with our content. But we gotta step away.
Oh yeah.
I'll sit in
Every
my
once in a while.
backyard patio, just no phone, nothing. Let me stare at those trees.
Yeah.
Like I need to clear my mind. Let me just stare at those trees.
It's crazy.
Lock in.
Yeah. No, and bro, we literally can keep on
I
going. 'Cause,
know.
Like,
Yeah.
my mind's working now. Like, yeah, and I think too, like, probably the biggest, I feel like the biggest challenge for any believer is, taking the time to fast and consecrate. Like, because then people are like, oh, I don't want to go this amount of time without food or this amount of time.
Have you
without my
fasted?
phone.
Have you?
Bro, I remember like the first time like I was introduced to it. Like it was when I first joined the church.
Yeah.
And we went on a 3-day water fast, just water. So, and I was still fresh. Like I was eating junk food. I was still, I think at the time I was still drinking. So like, I was like, oh, man, this is challenging. But I think the one thing that kind of like helped me stay centered was when I did start thinking about that stuff, I would just start praying. And it showed me like, okay, I'm not as reliant on these things as I thought I was. And like, it's almost like God's trying to like rewire your brain. And like, so now I know like when there are times when I need to just reset, I'll be like, okay, no social media this week or no junk food this week, cutting out certain things and trying to get back into moderation because we don't even realize it sometimes, but like these small stuff can almost become an idol. Like eating out every day. Like you become obsessed with eating the junk food instead of cooking. Being on social media all the time. Like you don't realize it. Like I know sometimes like I mean and then just being practical, like you scroll through TikTok or Instagram or Twitter, sometimes some stuff comes up that you really shouldn't be looking at and you're like,
hold on.
So you almost have to like take a beat to like separate yourself from that because you're like, okay, it's not serving me. Like I could go back to doing all the old stuff that I used to do, but like it's not serving.
Where is this helping me?
Exactly.
And it's all temporary. It's all fleeting. Go something. It's eternal.
Yeah.
God can be eternal.
Right.
And stuff like that. Like
Right.
I'll go outside actually, and I'll just start feeling like the grass. I'll sit in the grass. I'll feel that I'm like, I'm here. I'm present. I'm cool. Yeah, like everything's okay. I'm away from the technology.
You know how little kids will say, "Go outside and touch grass."
Oh,
like you have
touch
to
the grass.
You have to
touch the grass. That quite literally is. But dude, yeah, again, we could keep going, but powerful things. I would like to say again, we've known each other for 10 years now.
Yeah, bro.
And
crazy. More than that, actually.
Yeah, a little more. No, more than 10 years. We met.
Freshman year.
Was it? Were you there freshman year? I thought it was
halfway
sophomore
through.
year. Halfway through, you showed up,
bro. Because I remember we had that gym class and you were showing me everything about C High, and I was like, thank God for Ethan, bro. Because I was.
Oh, that's right. Because I was stoked to see you, man.
Bro.
I was stoked to see you. Because I was like, sometimes people give an energy.
We connected off. It was scary, actually. Like, the moment that I met him, we were like.
It was like this. I was like, oh, cool, a friend, like a cool guy here. Not to say like there was a lot of cool people at the time, but Rex, I was like, he's giving it energy. Like this guy can be a bro. Let me see if we can establish something.
We locked
here.
in immediately.
Yeah, locked in. And then we had some classes together. Super cool time. But yeah, again, we've known each other 10 plus years now. I ran into some people from high school.
Oh, we were talking about this earlier.
Out and about a little bit. Ran into someone at the grocery store, saw someone at their job at the beach, and then I still keep in touch with a few folks that, Joy was just on the last week's episode with her son, Asriel, because the show, we are growing, we are adults, and whoa. And
it's ghetto, but we're doing it.
It's ghetto when we're doing it. And to say, actually, Mike's not in our grade, but Michael Baker was just on the show.
Bro.
And Rex connects with Mike a little bit here because we were all on the same cross-country team. Bro. What an experience, too, by the way. Like there's a lot to debrief there, but
bro.
You weren't there when he took us. Yeah, you definitely weren't.
No, I don't think I was because I saw the clip and I was like, bro, I would have remembered that.
Yeah.
I would
Dude,
remember
I
that.
think it was just three of us and then Mike, and yeah, that was a wild time. But yeah, our coach, great guy, but roller coasters. Remember the roller coasters? I just because I bring this up because this is at this point it's trauma bonding.
Mm-hmm.
Rex is one of the very few that could remember this of just a workout we had, a specific workout we had in cross country, and going up a hill and going around and going behind the track and then going back up the hill. He made us do that when he was pissed at us.
Yeah.
And we
yeah.
always make jokes. You gonna get the shotgun? You gonna run today? We make stupid jokes like that. Oh, tequila's mad. You gonna get the shotgun?
my
You gonna
gosh.
run today, boy?
And it's so funny because he got that from the track coach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good man.
Yep.
Good man. Fun
Shout
guy.
out Coach Jones, man.
Coach Jones. What up, baby? That's a callback.
Oh.
Baby.
Man,
Coach Jones, man.
you know he went back to coaching,
really,
bro.
'Cause-
He's
is he back at
Yeah.
Christiana?
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Good
'Cause
for him.
I was talking to you remember Michael Kosh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to
Yeah.
him and Ish, and they were like, "Yeah, we were helping him out last year," and I was like, "Bro, that's crazy that he unretired to go back to coaching." I was like,
I could, you know what? Knowing that guy, how energetic he is, I bet he's probably in a recliner at home. He's like a new shell's hatching, like
Yeah.
a new hymn came out.
Right.
That's cool. That's cool that he was able to do that. But again, we have a lot of memories at high school.
"Man,
When
do
are we doing this reunion, Rex?
All right, so
What are we doing? Come on, for the people.
Funny-
We're gonna clip this out.
funny story. Like I was telling Ethan before, like we got started. Like I've been looking at venues and like costs of, cause like we have an event planner at the church. So like I was
Cool.
asking her, I was like, all right, so if how would this work? Like how much would this cost? And like she kind of just gave me the rundown. She's like, okay, well look at this space. Has to see how much it would be to cost for like she said sometimes like you can do like a package instead of doing like an hourly rate.
Yeah.
And like they'll cater, they'll provide like well, bro, open bar is way too expensive. That's probably not out the budget.
Yeah.
But like figure out the space, see if they can do catering, and then they'll sometimes if it's enough people coming, like they'll cut you a deal for like a discount. So
Cool.
I literally have been looking at some of like the conference rooms in Newark. So I was like,
Yeah,
I feel like everyone is still up here in this area.
For the most part, yeah.
look
we're
out,
around
man.
here.
See High 10-year reunion, class of
Were
2016.
you okay? Confirm. Were you the president of our class, or
No.
was it Leah?
It was Leah.
It was
Yeah.
Leah.
Mhm.
Okay. Which, by the way, Leah, shout out to Leah. You almost were on this
Oh,
show
man.
today.
He
That
would have
would've
got
been-
me.
That would have been great. We were gonna surprise him with Leah, but she's in Virginia, being really doing her thing.
Super successful.
Yeah, super
She's a wife.
successful.
She's a vet. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Shout.
She
She's
just
she's
sang-
always been super ambitious though. Like,
She was super ambitious. I don't know if you saw. She just sang at a baseball field. Yeah. Oh no, she didn't sing. My bad. She said, "Let's play ball" over the speaker. Like they let her like say, "Let's play ball" or
That's
something
sick.
like that. So super crazy.
Yeah.
Again, we're all in our own paths, but I think Rex is cooking something up here, everybody.
oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we're gonna put a little committee together. It is probably gonna be done by January. I'm
It'll
not
be
gonna
fun.
lie.
I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to do it. Again, I talk to people about it all the time. Like when I talk to Cassie about it. Shout out to Cassie, a big chill beach club. I think that's what it's called over in the near Bethany Beach. That's where she's working.
Uh-huh.
She was like, I told her, I was like, what are we doing about this reunion? She's like, I mean, you put it together. So I was like, let me talk to Rex and go from there. But
I always felt like we were the planners. I knew when we were graduating too. I was like, in 10 years from now, it's probably gonna be me, Ethan, and like two other people that's gonna
yeah,
put
we'll
this
have
together.
to figure that out. Yeah, we'll definitely have to figure it out. It's it'll be blast. We'll clip this out. Hey, Christiana Vikings, hello, class of 2016. Leave a comment down below. Do we want to do this?
Like, let's make something happen.
Our 10-year reunion is next year. When would it be? June? I guess we'll just do it
Yeah.
in June. Some because the time we graduated. So
Yep.
like June 2026. Are we doing it? Yes or no? I'll leave a poll. Everyone says no. And we see who did it.
Screw
Like,
you
everyone's like,
guys.
no, I don't want to see you, Ethan and Rex again. Lame. Hey, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we'll collab on this and we'll get some more people on board.
Yeah.
We can put something together and
My
then
brain's working now.
plan it out.
Thinking.
It'll be cool.
Bro.
It'll be cool.
Oh,
We'll
man.
see what we can do. We're gonna grab everyone.
Yeah. No, honestly, because there was only like
We'll grab who we can.
I'm saying.
I mean, it's hard. It's more of a reach out thing because we don't know. We'll have people just be like letting each other know.
Right.
It's happening.
And I'm saying there's only 132 people. That's a lot of people in
Yeah.
the room. Yeah. So
yeah.
we'll definitely, bro, I'm excited.
Remember our senior project?
I don't know why you brought that up, bro.
Because you talking about the amount of people, I was like, huh? Because if I'm correct, forgive me if no one wants me to bring this up, but if I'm correct, this is T. I was bringing this up. Hey, like episode 92, I'll reveal something about our class.
Oh boy.
Wasn't it none of us did the project and they made us? They were like lowest the keys. It was like there was assembly that was that was like, we know you guys didn't do it.
Yeah.
So the principal was like, just give me a brochure on anything you want and turn it in,
bro.
Because
crazy. No one, bro,
that was crazy.
It was like the general consensus we all talked about. Even the people that we didn't like weren't friends with or communicate with. We were like, we're just not doing it. And like they got so pissed, bro.
They were mad.
They were so pissed because like I think we got like a week from the deadline and no one turned anything in. Yeah.
That was a crazy time. Like that. I mean, that's just a little nugget to drop in there of what our class was like.
I mean,
hey, we're a bunch of characters. We were fun.
Yeah.
I told JC that, and she was mad. She was like, "What do you mean? They just resorted to brochures." I'm like, "Welcome to Christiana." Yeah. That was it.
I mean, what were they gonna do? Hold back 132 people from graduating?
Exactly. It was.
That would have been horrible press.
I remember that. My jaw was dropped. I was like, "Wait." I thought, "Wow, none of us did it."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, I'll do a brochure on the."
Bro,
Philippines.
even the valedictorian and salutatorian, bro, they were like, "We're not doing this." I'm like, if they're saying no, bro, we're definitely not doing it.
I was like, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, we got to all graduate somehow, because how bad would that look? Class 2016. Hoorah. We made it.
Man.
We made it. 10-year reunion. See if we can do it, everybody.
What a time.
All right. Well, Rex, this has been an absolute blast, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah. Again, we could keep going, but again, I tell everyone, this is for future Ethan's sake of editing, that we got to cap it. We got to cap it at least an hour. So an hour and 11 minutes, not too bad. But these days I gotta cap it, unfortunately. But
yeah, because between work and editing,
it's a beast. And I've been trying to make them weekly releases, and I'm trying to like squeeze in editing and all this mess I'm in. Like,
after work,
I like being busy, but sometimes being busy, I'm like, oh gosh,
I need a break.
And I mean, we won't go too much in a rabbit hole, but speaking of busyness, I've been trying to make Sundays more Sabbath related, like Sabbath focused.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because I learned about that maybe like a couple years ago, like. It's meant to relax.
Oh, yes.
So I've been always trying to keep my Sundays open for the most part. Sometimes I got to squeeze something in there because it's the only time I got. But
right.
Sunday Sabbaths, really important. Yeah.
Gotta have that rest day.
Gotta have that rest day.
If God rested, you can too.
There you go. Amen. We'll end on that. But Rex, again, thanks so much for coming on, brother. Third time.
Honor.
And then, again, this is Rex's final appearance on the podcast until whatever the next show is. Maybe you'll come back around. I'll have my own house, hopefully. We'll figure it out. We'll see what's going on.
You have your own studio.
We'll keep praying. Yeah, we'll have a new studio there. We'll figure it out, and then you can finally meet JC because you haven't met her yet. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. Because I talk very highly of you,
bro.
And she was like, I really want to meet Rex because she actually watched your past episodes too, and she's like, he seems really cool. So I was like, yeah. So hopefully we can align something there. We'll figure it out. Again, you're doing Dover, so maybe one day we can grab dinner. All three of us.
Honestly,
like that.
I love food. My back is big, so we're gonna make something work.
We'll figure out. A lot of new food places opening up too.
We'll have to go to First Watch. Who knows?
So maybe we'll do some First Watch. Yeah. Yeah, man. Thanks again for coming on. For everyone listening, I mean, the stage is yours. Anything you want to promote? Last messages you want to get out there?
Yeah. I mean, we've been saying it all episode, but like, just know, like, if you're going through something, just realize that like it's literally just a pit stop. Like, take the rest that you need. You know, get yourself together. Realize that you're not the only one that's going through this. So like, just realize that it's not as bad as you think it is. So take the necessary time that you need to. If you need someone to talk to, my DMs are always open. You could follow me at Mentored, so it's MENTOURD. And then, of course, if you're interested in watching some of the clips from the podcast, you can follow at King Sales Official on both of the main handles on Instagram. That's our main platform until I figure out how to use TikTok. But yeah, definitely feel free to reach out. And like I said, I'm always happy to lend an ear. So, and again, thanks. This has been an honor. I literally from beginning to end. This is insane.
You made your way through beginning, middle, and end. Yeah, it was cool. I was like, he's a Hall of Famer here on this podcast. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. It's always a good episode, and Rex is on. Yeah.
When Ethan's the next Jimmy Fallon, I'm probably gonna have like a picture framed in his studio.
Yeah, Rex will definitely join me on that journey, and we're gonna we'll definitely help each other out.
I'll tell you, I can't wait for that. It's gonna come.
We'll see. We'll hopefully pray on it. It's
gonna come.
Thank you for everything, Lord. Thank you for everything. Yeah, super cool. Seriously, everyone. Links down below on the YouTube and description and Spotify description if you want to go ahead and follow Rex. And again, reach out. Again, it's okay that if you're going through something. Anybody, if you're going through something, it's okay to talk to people. Build your community. Find your tribe. That stuff is really important. And if not a community, not a tribe, find a mentor, or find one person to talk to. It doesn't have to be, call them a mentor.
Yeah.
Find one person you can talk to and then expand from there. I think that stuff is really important and is definitely how God has worked in both of our lives. But guys, hey, follow me on Instagram, Ethan Hahn Productions, TikTok, Ethan Hahn Productions. Again, this podcast you'll find on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and on YouTube. Again, hey, episode 92, what a blast. We're on the final stretch. We are on the track sprinting towards the finish line. We are at our cross-country race we're sprinting uphill.
Man.
Little baby King to Cop.
Oh,
That's what we're doing right now. See? Those are deep cuts for me and Rex because the only things we can relate over.
Right.
But yeah, we're almost there. Thank you for joining us on this journey.
Yes.
Again, this is episode 92. We have 8 great episodes coming up. I got the next few booked, and they're going to be doozies. They're going to be super fun. But again, thank you all so much for listening. All right, everyone. Well, hey, thanks again for watching. And always remember, this has been Ethan Hahn plus
Rex Chege.
Now we do some fake talking, like you do in talk shows. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That's crazy. Credits are rolling. Music is playing. Yeah, hey, tell me about it, right? What? It's crazy. There we go. We did it. Wow, man.
Excellent, dude.
Dude, it's always a good time to have you on.
Wow.
Woo! Reality.